spring chickens, we need to take a short break, but we'll be back. Thank you.
That was awesome. That was really, really cool. I really like the way that Geddy is singing in this song. He, like, instead of like singing way up here, he seemed kind of like more lower pitch. And there's a couple times that his voice went up higher. But I do like that he sang at that lower pitched sound, more like his natural voice. And Alex with the same signature, I think it's a Gibson guitar. And I seen him singing a little bit along with this song, and I noticed that he has his little girlfriends in the front of him. And all the dinosaurs, it's like, what is the deal with the dinosaurs, guys? You gotta let me know. What is the deal with the dinosaurs? You probably told me before, but I don't remember. And then, of course, Neil with his drumming, awesome, amazing as always. And I always like to do a two for one. So in this one, we're going way back. I mean, way back to the very beginning. wow, before and after. It was amazing. It was just like, oh, and this was suggested to me by one of my viewers, Steve. If you're watching, which I know you are, hi. I played it. And I reacted to it. Wow. So, what can I say about this? If I could say something, this was so long ago, right, when they first started. My mind is blown because you see a lot of bands where they just start and where they end up. It's like they go through different phases of being not mediocre to getting really, really good, and then kind of like falling back to mediocre again. These guys, though, from what I see, and I'm sure all you guys can agree with me, they start off freaking amazing. They stay freaking amazing throughout their career, and they ended their career freaking amazing. It's like what I love about it is that their style, of course, their style kind of changed. Like when it got to be like the 80s, they threw a lot of the synth in there. But what I noticed that their style has always been the same. Like you can just hear a song of theirs, no matter what time frame it was, and you could tell automatically that's Rush, right? And of course it helps with Geddy's voice. You just can recognize him right off the bat. You're like, oh, that's Rush. You know, and so I believe that this was like their first drummer. I believe his name was John. Correct me if I'm wrong. But just in the beginning of this song, when Alex was playing, the way he was playing his guitar, it was reminding me of another instrument, and it was reminding me of like the harp, like the big beautiful harp, like it was an electric harp. And that's the sound that it gave to me, was this beautiful. I love the sound of the harp. First of all, I've always wanted to learn how to play it, and it just sounded so beautiful. So like I'm just like blown away. I'm blown away because the quality of their sound. I don't know if you could say it got better, because it's always been good from what I can hear. It's always been good from beginning, middle, and end. I guess it just shows you the difference between guys who just want to get together because they just want to form a band, so maybe they can get the chicks, or they can like whatever, or get the money. But you can tell these guys, they formed the band because they were really truly, like, you know, with Alex and Geddy, you know, and later on with Neil. You could just tell from the very beginning they really were musicians. And they really polished their art. They worked at it, and they learned, and they kept learning, and they just perfected it. And their studio and their live, to me, sounds just the quality just as good. The only difference I ever hear, sometimes I hear Geddy's voice seems a little bit different, like he gets more energy and more excited because, you know, you're playing live. But if you guys seen their concerts, just let me know. I like to hearing about how many times you've been to their concerts, if you haven't already told me or before. And if this is the first time you're actually tuning in and watching my channel, hi! Thank you for stopping by and being curious and clicking on the little button to find out what this is all about. And if you stay this long, you know, subscribe to me. It doesn't hurt, you know. Anyways, guys, I just want to say that I love you. And I will see you in my next video.